Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another video for the Walking Dead universe, for Walking Dead World Beyond. Now that the first season has ended, are you guys interested in watching A World Beyond Season 2? Alright, so I thought this would be a good one to go ahead and start with you guys for today. So now we have seen what is basically Walking Dead entirety for this year, for 2020. And we won't be seeing new episodes of Walking Dead Universe until 2021, when we get those additional 6 episodes near the end of February, which will be the next 6 episodes we get for Walking Dead. And then after that, likely the second half of Fear will probably be next, for the second half of Fear Season 6. And then after that, eventually, if it continues, as it was announced that it was going to, then a second season of World Beyond. So I have the ratings for the first season of World Beyond, and what that looks like. I'll put the link in the description to their Wikia. Basically, the first episode, they were getting about 1.6 million U.S. viewers. And then the double finale has not been announced yet for viewership. But by the time they got up to episode 8, it was only at 0.63 million U.S. viewers per episode, which is, I mean, that is super light, considering that the original Walking Dead episodes, if you guys remember 5 or 6 years ago, or even up to Season 7, and in Season 7, there was episodes that were getting 15 million viewers per episode, and over 10 million easy, and even Fear will probably get at least 1 or 2 million per episode. I think safe to say people did not really like World Beyond, at least not the first season. It started off, 1.6 million, so that's about where, you probably expect for it to be compared to the original Walking Dead series and compared to Fear. But what this sort of tells us is after the premiere episode, and by the time you got up to episode 5, which is halfway through the season, you're down to 0.74. And then by episode 8, 0.63. And I would think that the double finale will probably be even lower than that, 0.5 million U.S. viewers, which is just not a lot of people interested to watch Walking Dead World Beyond. And I sort of saw it here online in that after I posted my reviews and that of the first kind of couple episodes and that, I just saw that basically the top trending words for Walking Dead World Beyond were Walking Dead World Beyond is bad. That was one of the trending terms on Google. Walking Dead World Beyond sucks, is terrible. These were the top trending terms that I checked for Walking Dead World Beyond. So I was like, oh man, that's not a good sign. Now we did hear from Matthew Negrete, who is the person who sort of has kind of helmed the series. I don't know if he's the showrunner technically, but he's kind of the lead person that has been involved with making this series come together. And I am happy they did it and everything. I don't want to sound like I am personally unappreciative. I enjoyed all the CRM stuff. I thought that the finale was actually not bad. I like what they did with Huck. I won't get into spoilers or anything. I like what they did kind of with Felix at the end and everything. But it's just, it started off so kind of slow at the beginning for the first half. It's kind of no surprise to me that by the time the season ended off, it was down to so low to probably be around 500,000 or so viewers per episode, or a little bit more. So it begs the question, should they do a season 2 of World Beyond? Should they scrap it? So they said they were going to do 2 seasons, the first season being 10 episodes that we've seen now, the second season supposedly being another 10 episodes, and whether or not they should actually continue and actually do those 10 episodes. And it's a tricky question. I guess, I kind of want to see for the CRM kind of what that looks like. You kind of want to see for Hope and for maybe Iris and Felix and Elton what kind of happens with them as far as their story is concerned. But I would not be surprised at all, based on the numbers that we're seeing here after the first season, if they decided it was not worth it to do a second season of the series. I would not be surprised at all if they canned it. And I wouldn't be too disappointed either. I was probably more disappointed when Z Nation finished after its, what was it, 5 seasons? Yeah, I think it was 5 seasons of Z Nation, and it finally ended because I felt like there could be more there. For this one here, I think everybody hoped to see that we would see more stuff kind of tying into Rick. We did see the helicopter sort of leave at the end and go through the credits with the title and everything. So it wasn't too bad, but the problem was that when you're launching a new series, if you have 10 episodes, you want your best episodes to be ideally the first one and like the first few. Because then even if your ending for the first season is not that great, at least you keep people watching to the point where you can get to the ending of the first season. And it sounds like to me, from what I saw online, what I saw from you guys, and what the ratings show there from the wiki, it sounds like based on the start of the series, they were not able to keep people watching long enough down to a third or less of your original viewers for the premiere episode. So few to continue that by the time you got to the end, there was almost, hardly anybody watching at that point. So leave your comments below about this. Will you guys want to watch Walking Dead World Beyond Season 2 if they do it? I'm really playing with the idea of whether or not I should review it. I did review every episode of this season. And some people were appreciative of that. Other people weren't. They're like, why are you reviewing this, Trev? You should just stop reviewing it. But I felt like, for us to be completists with The Walking Dead, we should have reviews for everything Walking Dead related in the channel. And at least if people skip the episodes, they can watch the reviews here online. So also let me know if you guys want to see me review the second season if it gets greenlit. Maybe what I'll do is I'll review like the premiere for season 2 and maybe the finale. Like just do a premiere finale review and not review every episode every week like I did do with the first season. So Matthew Savitski had said, is there going to be a second season? I thought I heard there was only going to be one season of this a while back. So they did announce that it would be a 2-season run. We had thought it might be an ongoing new series and kind of found out that no, that's not where they're going with it. I think what they did is they tried it and they saw after they had done like test screenings and stuff for a few episodes, I think they realized like, a 2-season run for these characters, that's about the best you're going to get. A lot of people, the woke kind of agenda, the woke stuff in the series, I think really rubbed people the wrong way. And, it's just like you could have a little bit of that kind of stuff, but it just felt like with World Beyond, especially early on, it felt like overload of woke to me. It felt like they were just kind of throwing everything all at you at once with all the woke stuff that you can even imagine. So, and I just think that it, people didn't like that. JoeyJacobus says, hard to believe this is related to The Walking Dead considering the only named character to die in 10 episodes was Percy's uncle. As for this group being some of the least capable people we've seen in the Walking Dead universe, they got off super easy traveling across the country. That's probably fair, right? That's true. Considering all the stuff we've seen the original Walking Dead group go through, from prisons to everything else, in the Fear group as well, too. You could say the same for them. They did get off super easy considering how bad things could have gone. But they had the CRM also, as part of that. So I guess, that kind of makes some sense to it. But it's it's unfortunate. DB YouTube 22 said there's a lot of woke propaganda in this show with an exclamation mark. Matt Moore says, I started today not really caring about any characters. Now I care about a lot of them. So success. So Matt likes it. Matt thinks that by the time we got to the end of the first season that it worked out well. So that's good for him. But again, and I kind of feel the same way, Matt, but I feel like it took them too long. But by the time they got to episode 8, and yeah, it was 8, 9, and 10, which were really like the really good ones. 7 too, but 8, 9, and 10 in particular. By the time you got there, and 7, it was like, I just feel like for most viewers, it would have been too late. Carlos Santana says, I bet you get some idiots complaining about the Felix and his boyfriend bed scene, just like they did when Aaron and Eric kissed in Walking Dead Season 5. So nobody was really complaining that I saw from the comments, Carlos, like for this episode, because we all knew that already. And I thought it was a touching scene, for Felix to be reunited with his boyfriend, with Will and everything like that. So we didn't get too many people complaining at that point. So I think that was fine. I think the opening scene they started with his parents, kicking him out of the house during a zombie apocalypse and everything like that. I think most people looked at that and they were like, dude, That is so contrived. Like, I cannot imagine. And I'm not saying there aren't horrible parents out there. There are. But I just can't see, it's maybe for a father, because dads can be cold sometimes. But I guess mothers can too. But, I mean, I can't picture it. Like, I can't picture the world is coming to an end. It's kind of like with what we've seen this year. Can you imagine somebody kicking their kid out of the house this year in March or, like May, April and May type time frame when everyone's losing their minds and everyone's scared and everyone's getting locked down, everything's getting shut down? Can you imagine them kicking their kid out of the house and being like, no, you can't come back in, even though, like, you're not allowed to go to any stores without a mask and all this stuff? It's like, it's like, I don't know, man. To me, it felt so contrived. So that was the problem I had with it. I don't care because they did it in fear. They did it with Althea, and Isabel. So, I mean, they've done it before. And like you said, Aaron and Eric. So I didn't have a problem with that. I thought it was a good scene and everything. But again, it just, by the time they got to these better episodes, it was already too late, I think. I think most viewers had left. Peter Francis says, I think the Felix and Huck fight scene was better than the fight scene between Beta and Negan in The Walking Dead Season 10, Episode 16. Yeah, it was really good. It was a great finale type of fight scene. But again, like I said, you had to have a fight scene like that in the first episode or in the second episode. That's what you needed. And instead, they didn't go with anything like that. And it just was such a slow burner to start that it just, people were gone by the time that episode came out. 2B says, Walking Dead World Beyond trash. Gary the Gamer says, episodes 1 to 5 are worthless. You could honestly just watch episode 1 and skip to 6. Or even maybe even 7, even though there might be some things that you might be like, who's that, who's this? But, yeah, Shay Love says, it was Iris that fixed the computer. It is a weird concept that you have Hope being this asset and them going to so much trouble for just her. Because, and to a degree, I mean, I understand, like, if she's seen to be gifted in this whole thing, then I get that. But, the others could be very useful, too. I mean, if you ask me who's more intelligent, is Elton more intelligent or Iris or Hope or Silas? I probably would have said at that moment that it seems to me, based on their age, like Elton's probably the most intelligent of the group. I wouldn't sit there and say or think to myself that Hope is the most intelligent. But I guess maybe in terms of like chemistry or in terms of what they're going for, Hope is gifted in that way. Well, she did break the cipher and everything, so yeah, you got that. But I don't know. I always got the sense from the earlier episodes that Elton was a pretty smart kid too. So, and them cleaning out the whole community, it just doesn't seem to make sense to me. It's like, hey, you clean out a whole community. How much potential did you have there just to get this one person who's got potential and screw everybody else? It's like doesn't seem to make sense to me. I mean, I guess in some ways, but I don't know, man. Tricky, right? And yeah, also Iris is gifted too in other ways. So I mean, everybody is, So in different ways, like we all serve a purpose, don't we? To say that, again, it goes into this stuff this year, like essential and not essential. It's like useless eater idea. Get Kissinger in here with this stuff. It's like, I hate all that stuff. You know what I mean? There's got to be something that people can do, everybody. Maybe if somebody has like a disability or something, then we could make a case for it. Like if they're visually impaired or something. And then it's like, okay, yeah, well, yeah, but, But it's just like, I don't know, just like clearing out the community of 10,000 people or whatever it was, just so you get one really good one is like, I don't know. It's kind of crazy. But anyway, Project Nerdvana said, I had to fast forward all the forced woke shit in both episodes. Matt S. said, thought the episode was pretty good. Also, the group Felix's boyfriend is with are wearing similar clothing to the people that Michonne ran into in her final episode. So that was one I had to think about a bit from Matt, because I had to say, what is he talking about? But yeah, if you remember when Michonne left, she leaves with this group and they're wearing like, they almost look like a tribe or something, like a nomadic tribe or something. And that's true, that the people that Will was with did look like members of that same tribe. So that would be a weird crossover if Michonne shows up and she's like, hey, how you guys doing? I'm looking for Rick. Have you ever seen this guy? You seen this guy? I was like, that'd be a weird crossover. Adrian Shepard says, I'm just going to come out and say it. This show sucks bad. There's no dramatic scenes hardly, and the parts that are, they don't even kill zombies. They just ran away from them. And who would carry a damn bowling ball in the zombie apocalypse? I mean, really, couldn't think of anything else to bring. So that's good stuff. So okay, so last one from Yurkosh, who says, so the CRM is seeking smart people to create the best society, and while they're getting these smart people, they get rid of any possible danger against their society by killing the people that aren't in their society or didn't want to join. If this is so, then I want to see Virginia's society fight against the CRM. So yeah, that'd be a nice crossover. So yeah, it's something like that, which is kind of it's just a cruel mentality to like keep one and get rid of the other 9,999. You know, it's like it doesn't seem to make sense to me that you would want to do that, but it's what we got in Walking Dead World Beyond. So let me know what you guys think. Was it a fail? Was it a success? Will you come back for a season 2? Leave your comments below and thumb up the video, share, favorite, and subscribe. Got the book in. You know what? The Great Reset. So I got the book in, so stay tuned for a book review of the one and only Klaus Schwab, the creator of the World Economic Forum, and going to tell us about the future, right? So that's why I got this. So I'm going to go through it. We'll do a book review on this soon and try to figure out what's going to happen in the future in real life. Based on what some of the, these guys are. This crew is the CRM in real life that we have. The internationalist crew, top of the pyramid, has to say about what we're going to do going forward in the future. So that's it for this video, guys. See you soon for another. It's Trev and saying peace. Later, guys. See ya.